Now, I know what you're thinking. But LaRon, you already covered a clickbait news article story just last month. Why do you feel that you need to cover another one in such short notice? Well, that's because... Readers, there's no doubt about it that my favorite movie in all of Phase 3 of the MCU was Ryan Coogler's Black Panther. It worked well as a standalone movie despite the small tie-ins to the events of Captain America Civil War at the beginning and end of the movie. The storytelling and cinematography was just beautiful, had no references to the Infinity Saga at all, and for the sake of identification, the milkshake of its villain Eric Killmonger succeeded in luring out every ashy-ass hotep to its yard. And while I'm definitely glad that Ryan Coogler is going back to Wakanda to write and direct his sequel to Black Panther, there was always a bit of me that felt confident that he would return. And I especially felt that when it was announced during Marvel Studios' segment at Disney's D23 Expo in 2019, making it the second official film to be released in Phase 5 after the confirmation of Blade starring Mahershala Ali back in San Diego Comic-Con. The thing about it, however, is that the only new information that we gathered about Black Panther 2 during that D23 presentation back in August of 2019 was that it was officially given a release date of May 6, 2022. We've actually known that Ryan Coogler was coming back to write and direct it since October of 2018 when he officially accepted the deal. So when Disney CEO Bob Iger revealed to the Wall Street Journal during the first week of October 2019 that Ryan Coogler is, and I quote, just beginning the process of outlining the story, that fact attracted a lot of attention. Yes, I used a quote posted from another news source citing the quote instead of the actual Wall Street Journal article. And that's because my free trial of the newspaper is up, and I just so happen to be a broke-ass bitch. You want to fix that for me? Drop at least $1 a month for me over on my Patreon. Now, when I say that it started to attract a lot of attention, I mean that in a bad way. Because ever since Iger dropped that tidbit of information, a good amount of people pretty much reacted like, wait a minute. He's been attached to write and direct Black Panther 2 ever since October of 2018, and he's just now starting work on the script? I would have made a joke about color people time here, but most of the time white people don't know that us black folk only make those jokes about ourselves as a form of self-criticism and just run off with that shit. And I just don't have the time. It's also an angle that news reports regarding the movie decided to go with Screen Rant deciding to title their article regarding the update like this, despite the actual meat of the article written by Rebecca Vanacker explaining that Ryan Coogler still has plenty of time to write the script despite only starting recently. Now, it's obvious that this form of clickbait can cause people to take the situation the wrong way. Because it has. So much that despite the contents of the actual article, people felt compelled to speak up about how the title was worded and defend Ryan Coogler's creative process on his behalf. And you honestly can't say that this was just a reactionary thing, because everyone who decided to speak on this is actually right to do so. Because Ryan Coogler is a very busy, soon-to-be family man who's working on a lot of projects right now. Some of them a lot of us are actually excited about. Like producing Space Jam 2 for Warner Brothers starring LeBron James that's currently scheduled to have a 2021 release date. producing a live-action adaptation of David Walker, Sanford Greene, and Chuck Brown's image comic Bitter Root for Legendary Pictures, alongside his longtime production partner Sev Ohanian and his wife Zinzi Evans, who he's also expecting his first child with. And we have to remember, Black Panther 2 is Ryan Coogler's first sequel. Considering how much care, love, and time went in to make Black Panther one of the best movies in the MCU and in Marvel Studios' roster, in my opinion, especially when it was the only thing on his plate at the time, making sure the sequel tells the story that he wants to tell and is handled the same way as the original, while also overseeing all of these other projects that are currently on his plate, means that properly prioritizing things, establishing the quality over quantity rule, and just taking mental health time to enjoy life with his family need to play factors in making sure that not only everything gets done, but that everything gets done the way he initially envisions it. Which can only mean that Black Panther 2 will be just as good as the first when it comes out on May 6, 2022. Maybe even better. But I digress, readers. Your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comments section below how you feel about Ryan Coogler's creative process regarding how he's handling Black Panther 2. Or if you feel like sharing with the rest of the class an instance in which you realize that not only does slow and steady actually win the race, but that it's sometimes the necessary route to take to make sure that you don't bite off more than you can chew. Whichever question you decide to answer, I love to know your thoughts. Patreon-a-thon is happening all month long here on Readus 101, so if you want to help financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon by clicking the card at the end of the video or in the link in the description down below, where you can also find a link to my merchandise store. Or if you prefer to give a one-time donation, you can find links to my PayPal and my Ko-fi account in the description box as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.